That's why I'm always edgy, a little bit careful about how I answer these questions. Because if I were just to, the fact is, on the face of it, if I see Pharaoh and I see the army of Pharaoh, what do I see except for kuffar? Okay? But in the time of Pharaoh, there were people hiding their deen. The woman who used to comb the hair of his daughter, famously, there's a hadith about her, she was hiding her Islam and she believed in Musa and the Tawheed. But she was hiding until eventually she got found out and then she was executed. The wife of Pharaoh was a believer, but she was hiding her deen. Right? So in the time of Pharaoh, there are people who were hiding their deen out of necessity, out of duress. So among the people, they might look like they're one of them, but they were actually hiding the deen. And that happened in the time of the Prophet ﷺ as well. When the Prophet and the companions went to Hudaybiyah and they were talking about they want to fight. They want to fight in Mecca. And in the end, Allah restrained their hands. And Allah inspired the Prophet not to fight. And they had the Treaty of Hudaybiyah and they went back. Allah revealed about it that if you hadn't done that, Allah restrained your hands from fighting. And if you hadn't restrained your hands, then you would have fought and you would have, by mistake, killed Muslims among them that were hidden, that you don't know who they were, but we know who they are. And then you would have been regretful about that. You would have regretted that. So the fact is, yes, when I see an army of the Taghut, I see this as a kufr entity. But I recognize that there might be someone here and there in between who is maybe they're forced to be there. Some of the Muslim countries, they are forced to join the army, but they don't do anything. They peel some potatoes, sit in the barracks for 2 weeks, do a bit of training, mandatory training for 2 months, and then they go home. They don't ever do anything for that. But if they don't do that, they go to prison. So I understand why some people do that. That's different from somebody who they proudly know, I want to fight for the Taghut, I want to make his law dominant, I want to make the word of the kufr